We've been in the world of The Division 2 going on nearly 16 months, and there are still many in-game mechanics and features that a majority of the player base doesn't know anything about. It's LtBuzzLitebeer, and I'm back with another 10 features every agent should know about upload for The Division 2. Now, I have been gradually farming and taking my time in this game, and in general, I consider myself a well-informed agent. And for some of these, I will admit, I was surprised to find out about them. So without wasting any further time, let's get started. For those of you agents that are constantly on the hunt for more and more exotic weapons and gear, this new addition to the game is for you. As part of Title Update 10, new projects were added to our daily and weekly offerings that offer exotic caches for completion, and you may remember these type of caches from the original Division game. Now, to access your project inventory, you can either look in the top right-hand corner of your player screen and press the button to open your project tab. For me on PC, I press Z, or activate your map and look to the top left-hand portion of the screen and activate the Projects tab. You should now see a grouping of projects that include weekly projects. The two projects that were added with Title Update 10 are the weekly Shade Requisition that requires you to donate large portions of water, receiver components, protective fabric, ceramics, and titanium, and the other is the weekly Legendary Mission. To complete the weekly Shade Requisition, simply click on the project, and it will show you how many of each resource is required to complete the project, along with how many of each you have in inventory. All you need to do now is hold down the Donate button, and it will remove the required number of each resource needed to complete this project. After completion, this project will place an exotic cache into your character inventory. To open it, access your character inventory screen, select the exotic cache in your cache tab, and simply open it. Since all current exotics have been added to the exotic loot pool, your rewards could include Warlords of New York exotics as well. The weekly Legendary Cache will require you to first complete any of the 3 strongholds on Legendary difficulty to complete the necessary requirement, and as far as I can tell, this is a one-time requirement. Now, once you complete any of the Legendary strongholds, the weekly Legendary mission will become visible in your project menu, and from there, you will need to complete the required mission to receive your exotic cache. Again, access your character inventory, select the cache from your cache tab, and open it. Without fail, each time I post a video about The Division 2, I get several questions about the scrolling combat text and the display damage window. Now, unfortunately, the rolling damage window in the bottom left-hand portion of the screen is PC specific, as it captures all my landed shots and their respective damage figures in memory for review and analysis. What can be changed for both console and PC users is the scrolling combat text. Let me show you how and what it does. First, access your main menu screen. For me on PC, I just press Escape. Next, select the Settings tab in the bottom right-hand portion of the screen. From there, select the UI tab on the left-hand portion of the screen, and if you scroll down, you will see Scrolling Combat Text towards the bottom of the UI customization menu, and here you will have the option to activate Random Sphere, Floating, or 2D. And this is how you customize the damage figures landed on target and how they will display and move on your screen. Most players know about the targeted loot overlay and how to activate it to help them zero in on the exact brand set or weaponry they are wanting to farm, but there is another way to use the map. Let me show you. For players who are needing to grab a specific main resource, like water, food, or components, or perhaps they are going to farm faction caches, missing comms or echoes, this feature is for you. If you activate your map, for me on PC, I press M, you will get the high overview of the entire map. But if you slowly start to zoom in, you will begin to see what I am talking about. Just before you reach the fully zoomed in view, you will see the extra details I'm speaking of. Now, for players that never use the map zoom function, they never get to see these elements displayed on the map. Players will never need to guess about core resource locations or faction caches within a zone. Through my experimentation, resource areas that are marked in yellow or white are safe to venture into, while those in red have enemy faction members within close proximity. In addition, it looks as though your agent needs to be at level 500 or higher for the detail level to display in your map, as I cannot see the faction caches on my hardcore character. For raid enthusiasts looking to gauge their progress on each section of their raid playthroughs, this new function installed with Title Update 10 will help you out. First, activate your main menu screen. From there, activate the Settings tab at the bottom right hand of your screen. Next, look to the left hand portion of your screen and activate the UI tab. Scroll all the way to the bottom of the UI settings and you will see the Raid Speedrun UI, and from here you can activate it. Once activated, this feature will display a detailed breakdown of time spent to reach each checkpoint in the raid. Now this can really help you and your squad zero in on certain portions of the raid, with the idea of shaving off valuable seconds or just practicing those particular areas to develop better and more efficient strategies to clear them. This next item is not new, but for many agents, they have no idea it is even possible. Installed many updates ago, the ability to purchase vanity items via textiles was added to the game, and this mechanic refunds players with textiles for receiving duplicate vanity items from opening apparel caches. Now to use this system, activate your main menu screen. Next, select the Apparel tab at the middle bottom of your screen. Next, look to the upper middle of your screen and select the Store icon, and this will bring you to your main Apparel Spotlight landing page. If you look at the top of this screen, it will display tabs for apparel, emotes, weapon skins, and much more. Now, as an example, if I am seeking a specific emote, I would select the Emote tab, and it would take me to the Emote Purchase menu. If that particular emote you want to purchase is available to purchase with textiles, it will display this symbol. Select the exact item you wish to purchase, and it will then display how many textiles are required for purchase. Select the buy icon and the game will prompt you to purchase with textiles or with premium credits. If you have enough textiles in stock, select this source and it is now in your inventory. Refund exchange rates for opening caches and receiving duplicate vanity items are low, so you will need to save up your textiles to purchase certain items. As part of Title Update 10, new directives were added to the Directives settings menu, allowing agents to further customize their open world experience. Now to access the Directives menu, first activate your map. Look at the bottom left-hand portion of the screen and activate the Global Settings tab. This will bring up both your Global Difficulty and Global Directives tab. To view the directives, select the Global Directives, and this will bring you to the 5 available directives. Cool Skills, Fog of War Revisited, and Special Ammo are continuations from our previous directive selections, but Hard to Earn and Pistolero are both new. Hard to Earn starts off your agent with 0 medkits, and they can only be acquired by filling the signature weapon ammo bar, while Pistolero starts you off with no ammo and requires you to kill targets with your sidearm to obtain ammo drops. Now, as with previous directive offerings, activating each directive will reward your character progression with 25% more earned XP. Vendors have long been a point of contention for the player base, as their offerings have either consistently been underpowered for our power levels or have been of inferior quality levels. Now for Title Update 10, quite a few changes were installed to make vendors and their offerings more appealing. Firstly, once you reach maximum power level, vendors will no longer offer superior or purple wares for sale. Next, attribute roles on gear offerings have been up to better levels, and while they are not fully maxed out, these new gear offerings are certainly of better quality than we are used to seeing at the vendors. And finally, vendors now offer named items for sale that are roughly twice the price of a normal offering. For those agents that want to stay abreast to all the latest vendor offerings, I would recommend you save the link to Ruben Alamina's weekly vendor reset webpage, as it quickly and clearly breaks down each vendor, what they are selling along with the attribute roles and talents, and how much each item costs. I will include a link to this valuable resource in the video description and encourage you all to check it on a weekly basis. Agents have long been in search of every weapon and gear blueprint in the game, and with that search has been an RNG-based guessing game as to where to find those blueprints. Many times, players would farm control points or chase rumors as to where to find those last elusive blueprints to finish their crafting bench collection, but with Title Update 10, they now have a more efficient means of knowing where to look. To narrow down your blueprint search, first interact with your crafting bench located in either base of operations. Next, select the category and specific piece of gear or weaponry you are wanting to find the blueprint for. Let's say, for example, I am looking for the Black Market AKM blueprint. By selecting this weapon, the game will now tell me that it is a reward for completing projects or control points of alert level 3 or higher, also purchasable from the vendor. Or how about the named Stinger M249 light machine gun? Well, according to this new mechanic, I now know that weapon blueprint was only obtainable as part of the Friend Referral program. In addition, this new system is also quite helpful for exotics that require hunting down certain items through looting faction caches or killing specific bosses. Agents are constantly searching for more efficient ways to compare their gear and weaponry, and with Title Update 10, we now have several new additions to our gear filtering system. Let me show you. First, activate your character inventory overview. For me on PC, I just press I. For our example, let's say I wanted to compare weaponry, so I will next click on my primary weapon to give me a more intensive overview. Now look at the bottom of this screen and you will see a tab for options, and that is what we now want to activate. This will bring up a series of options including inventory view and sort by filters. Now I always recommend activating an inventory view of grid, although this is nothing new. Now in the sort by filter section, there are a few new additions including RPM, mag size, and damage. By selecting one of these new filters and then closing this screen, your weapon inventory will now be filtered by your selected parameter. This can be done to any of your gear and can be helpful for selecting the correct items for comparison and equipping. Alright agents, we've made it to the final item in this countdown, and it is a question I am frequently asked about control points. Now for agents who have been attempting to farm CPs, either for blueprints or for the new manhunt requirements, they have had to contend with conflicting information concerning about how to reset them. Now in the past, agents were required to change their global settings in order to get the control points to reset, but this risked them losing any manhunt progress, and it was all quite disorganized. Now, the process is really much easier, and that is what I will show you. From your main player screen, activate your map. Next, look to the bottom left-hand portion for the Global Settings tab. Activate it, and it will show you the familiar Difficulty and Directives tabs. But if you look underneath the text boxes, you will see a tab labeled Reset Control Points, and this is all that is needed to reset them for refarming. By activating this mechanic, all control points on the map will be reset to under enemy control, and can then be retaken by you and your squad again. This is going to wrap up another 10 items every agent should know about video, and I will include links to the previous 3 episodes in this series in the video description. If you haven't yet smashed that sub button for intensive Division content, please do so, and don't forget to ring the bell to never miss another upload notification from my YouTube channel. If you like this video, rate it with a thumbs up, if not with a thumbs down. Links to support my full-time content creation outside of YouTube include Patreon and Teespring, both links in the video description below. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter for all my latest thoughts concerning most things gaming related, and until the next one, this is LtBuzzLitebeer, signing off.